Adaora lay awake all night, staring at the ceiling. The pregnancy test sat on the small table beside her, its red lines burning into her thoughts. She wanted to believe it was a mistake. Maybe the kit was faulty. Maybe her aunt was wrong. Maybe... But deep down, she knew the truth. By morning, her aunt's watchful eyes studied her as she emerged from the room. Adaora forced a smile, hiding her trembling hands. She couldn't bring herself to speak of it. If she confirmed it out loud, the words would crush her. Instead, she threw herself deeper into school life. Lectures, assignments, study groups, anything to drown out the voice in her head that whispered, "You are carrying a child." The weeks passed and her stomach began to change. Subtle at first, but noticeable if anyone looked too closely. Her aunt grew more suspicious, but Adaora found ways to avoid questions. She tied her wrapper tightly around her waist. She wore baggy clothes. She laughed too quickly when anyone teased her about gaining weight. In the lecture halls, she smiled with her friends, Tolu and Boma, two cheerful girls who had taken her in like a sister. They never suspected a thing. To them, Adaora was just another hardworking student. But inside, Adaora was breaking. At night, she pressed her pillow to her face to muffle her sobs. She thought of her father, who had struggled to pay her acceptance fees, her stepmother, who had never wanted her around, and worst of all, her mother, who wasn't alive to guide her through this storm. Fear shadowed her every step. What if her father found out? What if her friends noticed? What if her lecturers discovered the truth? She imagined the whispers, the shame, the endless questions. And then there was Emeka. She hadn't heard from him in weeks. Would he even care? Would he take responsibility? Or would he call her a liar and walk away? The questions haunted her. One late evening, after a long day of classes, Adaora stood in front of her small mirror. She touched her stomach, now firmer, a quiet curve beneath her clothes. Tears filled her eyes. I can't let them know. No one must find out. It was a vow, a desperate promise to herself. She would hide the pregnancy, no matter the cost. She would protect her secret until she could decide what to do. But as the months moved on, and her body changed more with each passing day, Adaora realized something terrifying. Secrets are not easy to keep. Her world was a ticking clock.